Hey guys, so I am 7 days post-surgery. Had my first physical therapy today. It was brutal. My physical therapist, it's rainy. My physical therapist is amazing. She's awesome, but it's kind of excruciating. So kind of a rough day. What are you gonna do? Try to keep benickwa off you? That's what you're gonna try to do. Okay, so there goes my one moment. So this car there, you can't really see it too well, but it's a black SUV parked in front of my house last night, hanging out, sitting there today. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it. You know, had she not sent her trolls after me into the store, into the park, in my yard, at a store, grocery store, other stores, my yard, did I say that? The street. If she hadn't attacked me in every venue in my life, then, you know, I probably wouldn't be looking at every car funny. But since her dude tried to run me off the road last week, and I believe he got caught because an officer was right there, pulled right in front of him when he tried to run me off the road. It was very obvious he was going to follow me. Turns around in my driveway real quick, following me. I changed my route. Yeah, he came at me head on, straight on. So y'all, the only people that they come after are older, white, and I say white because benickwa screams about how white I am all the time. Kill the white man, yeah, kick her white, yeah, white. Well, you know, I think it's obvious I'm white. Like, I know I've said that. You turn this situation around, I'm not going to do that because I'm not a racist. I don't act like that. Not in front of kids. Not in front of my own kids. And I don't ever want any, and I don't have kids, okay? I don't have any family. That way they can be safe. But how sad to be a homeowner, pay your property taxes, and have a dirty judge like Judge Cassandra Williams, at the Justice Center, laughed at me, thought this whole thing was silly, right? Oh, benickwa, you're so cute. You stop that. And she looked at me and told me to sell my house. Hey, Judge. That's what I think of you. That's our tax dollars hard at work, y'all. So she's standing up for Crips. Screw the tax-paying, upstanding, never been in trouble, voted for you, Judge. I voted for you. I wonder if benickwa voted for you. I wonder if she voted. I know I did. I voted for that. That's what I get. I should have looked up the fact that her son murdered his wife about 1.5 years, 2 years ago in a domestic dispute. Judge Cassandra Williams, her son, shot his wife in the head, point blank, killed her. She was the mother of his children. So that's the judge I had to go see. The one who's all about victim rights. Actually, when I went into the courtroom on Monday, 3 days after my surgery, I just don't understand. She wouldn't look at any of my proof. I have miles and miles of video, documentation, can prove the squatter doesn't live there, all of it. So how she's still in the home is beyond me when she gets to menace and criminal mischief and criminal trespass me. Because there's nobody else on the other side, and there's nobody else on the other side of me. They all moved. They are not about Crips, not like Judge Williams is. I wonder if she's a Crip. Maybe y'all can do some investigative work for me. But I'm filing a grievance. Because when I went into the courtroom, she looked at me and said, on record, I don't know why this is in my courtroom because I already said no once. I should recuse myself. But she didn't. Just saying that. And then saying this whole thing was silly and that the magistrate never should have given me the order of protection. Hey, Judge, buy my house. I told you. I looked around the whole courtroom. I said, 30 grand K, y'all. 30 grand, you can buy my house. I think Judge Williams should have to buy my house and sit here next to Benickwa and all the dirtiness that goes on. Maybe they won't run a trap house. Maybe she'll get lucky. Maybe Judge will be part of that trap house. Y'all, I have nothing left. I'm a good person. I've never done anything to them. I mowed their lawn, gave them food, and I've refused to watch their kids because these kids run the streets and they're little tiny kids. And there's a house 5 houses up that would babysit them and then just come down and be down here with no adult supervision, and back in the back here coming at my dogs. And listen, my dogs have been so good. I haven't been able to walk them, but they've been so good, y'all. Like, I left that gate open once or twice and Marvel went out, but he came right back in because I called him in. They don't bite. They don't come at these kids. These kids attack and verbally bait my dogs. They've been doing it for 4 years, on and off, because they're squatters, right? Never actually lived here until Benickwa changed her address about 4 weeks ago in housing court because she's being sued for $3,000 in damages to the property she actually lived on for 2 years. So let's see what the prosecutor says. I'll bet you the prosecutor pays note this time, maybe, when I can prove that she doesn't live here. They didn't want to make her move if I were to get an order of protection. So now it's I have to press charges, and it's working into felony menacing because she's got her dudes chasing me down on the street in their cars. Like, this dude was coming at me head on, and I was elated to see the officer. They watch for me. They're looking out for me. They're at the park, making sure I can come out and walk my dogs, making sure I can come into my yard safely without this thing screaming obscenities at me. Now, it's been 4 days. 4 days. I think maybe she got the message that the prosecutor's looking at her now. But we've always given it 2 weeks. You know, she can't go a week and a half without starting some crap. Like, she just can't. It's been an ongoing process. I'm off of all social media. This is the only way to get a hold of me. And I can't get rides anywhere, y'all. They don't want this. Any of my people that love me, they don't want this looking at them. And they're sad that this thing over here is watching me, peeping on me. Literally cut holes in their sheets and their plastic so that they can peep on me. And when I put up this tarp barrier, they cut a little eye hole above that. I mean, that is so weird, you guys. I've never had a stalker. Again, even my second ex, GTFO, when I got my half. I don't understand the attraction. This is a 28-year-old woman with children, acting like a fool. And I think her family has disowned her because nobody's coming down here. She's not going down to 10708, 5 houses up. I think they got tired of hearing her scream racial rants off of that porch too, along with the one next door to me at 10626 Thrush. I think some of her neighbors are getting a little tired of hearing it because some of those people are white too, and they're nice people also. I know everybody, not everybody, but I know a lot of people in this area. I've made a lot of friends. I've done a lot of work to have good friends. I'm the one planting flowers up at the corner so their kids can see something grow, something beautiful, something not nasty, like their mother screaming obscenities off of her porch. There's beauty in the world. And if we don't look for it and we can't be a part of it, why are we here? I can't afford to move. But if somebody gives me $30K, Judge, for my house, I'll buy some land, I'll put a fence around it, and I'll live in a frickin' tent. That's what you want, right, Judge? Take all the good people, throw them out of the city because you're a Crip and you stand up for Crips. Gang bang, Judge. Gang bang.